Welcome back to Criminals Hate Me. It's the podcast that criminals don't want you to watch. And guys, today's podcast is about a very baffling situation. It's about a confession that happened a year ago in the Noah Presgrove case. And we're going to try to dive into it and figure out what in the world is going on with this confession. Okay. And so, if a lot of you don't know who Ken Maines is, Ken Maines has now done 2 videos on the Noah Presgrove case. Okay. He's received a little bit of backlash because his theories and his assessment doesn't really fit what most everybody's thoughts are. But this guy, he knows what he's doing, and he just goes by the facts of the case, okay? So this latest video that he did, he says that he has inside information that he received from someone who was at the party the night that Noah died, okay? Because in Ken's first video, this person who was at the party said they watched it and that Ken got some things wrong. Okay, so this person wanted to clarify a few things and give Ken Maines a little bit more information, so that he could do another video to kind of correct it. And not really much changed, guys, with his assessment. It's still pretty much that it's some kind of vehicle accident. Okay, but the one piece of information that did come out, and this is not new to me or not new to the Noah community, it's not new to law enforcement, but I think that a lot of people that weren't there that night, they thought it was just speculation and rumors and another conspiracy theory. We weren't all sure if it was actually something that happened, okay? But now you got somebody who was at the party who's reaching out to a well-renowned detective, and this person should not be given bad information to this detective. He's a retired detective, but it's a crime to lie to law enforcement, regardless if they're active or inactive. So I believe that this information that this person gave is correct, okay? And a lot of other people have heard the same thing. But like I said, we just weren't sure if it was true that it actually happened, because there's 1,000 rumors and we just don't know which of them are true. So this person reached out to Ken, and one of the things that this person told them was that there was a kid that was supposedly driving on the highway that night, leaving the casino, the River Star Casino. And I guess this kid was in a truck. I think that I heard that it was a black truck. I'm not sure, but it's a pretty big truck. Okay. And the kid was driving from the casino and heading north. And this kid says that he hit something. Okay. For a fact, he knows he hit something. And at first, he thought it was a pig. Okay. And so the reason why he hit something, I mean, I don't know if it would have been avoidable regardless, but you see right here, this picture, this is an AI picture. Okay. I'm just depicting the scene of what happened. But supposedly this kid was making a Snapchat video to send to Avery Howard. Now, that right there in itself is just a very bizarre piece of information. Why are you sending a Snapchat at that exact moment while you're driving down the road a mile away, a mile past the party house? Why are you sending a Snapchat to Avery Howard? I mean, did as you passed the party house, did it trigger in your mind, oh, it's Avery's birthday, I need a Snapchat her? Or, I mean, what? That little tidbit of information is pretty interesting. But I digress. So the kid says they left the casino, driving north, was distracted, sending a Snapchat to Avery, and I guess was driving in the middle of the road, hit something, and thought it was a pig. Okay. But it wasn't a pig. But they didn't know at that moment in time. So this kid states that they kept driving. Okay. So they would have left the Riverstar Casino here, headed north through Terrell, and right around here, hit something. Okay. And then as you hit something, this person says that they continued driving, and this would have been 6.5 more miles from that spot. Continued driving until they got to Ryan, Oklahoma, so that they could stop and check out to see if there was any damage to the truck. And the kid says that they didn't see any damage. Okay. But I believe that there was a front guardrail on that truck. And if that's true, I've already had discussions with people where these front guardrails, they basically turn your vehicle into like mini tanks. It's very, very destructive if you hit something. Okay. If you hit other cars, it can totally destroy them and you won't have a scratch on yours. But what if you hit a person? How destructive would that be? If you hit a person with the front guardrail like that, I mean, it totally destructive. So, my question is, why do you keep driving 6.5 miles all the way till you get to Ryan without stopping? Now, there could be a few reasons for that. Maybe it's pitch black on this highway, and it's like a desolate highway. It could be kind of scary, to stop somewhere along the way. So, if it's a young kid, I mean, I think it's plausible that you just don't want to stop to check out the damage to your vehicle on this road here. So, it kind of makes sense. Just keep going till you get to a city, and I don't know where they pulled over, possibly a gas station or something, who knows. But suppose there was no damage to the vehicle, okay? But this kid knows that they hit something. So what was it? Okay. So I guess that when this kid discovered, seen on the news or wherever, heard through word of mouth or through the grapevine, wherever, whatever, that Noah Presgrove was hit or, found dead or whatever happened to him on the highway, I guess this kid had put two and two together and thought to themselves, well, maybe that's what I hit instead of a pig. So everything from here on out is speculation. Okay, I don't know exactly how it all went down, but the word is that this kid either called or went to the police and told them this story about, hey, I thought I hit a pig coming home from the casino, but it may actually be Noah. The other speculation or the rumors are that this kid was crying their eyes out, bawling like a baby. Very, very, very emotional. Guys, you can't just flip a switch on emotions in crying. That only happens whenever you're telling the truth and you're reliving a situation that happened that's absolutely true. You experience some kind of trauma, and it just all adds up, guys. The story of thinking he hit a pig, but he's pretty sure they hit Noah instead. But for whatever reason, cops ruled this out. They did not accept this kid's confession. Okay? The case is still unsolved. Okay? And I don't understand it. It's like this whole thing was buried. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to charge this kid with anything. I'm not saying that at all. Unless there's circumstances to this case that we don't know. Was the kid drunk? You know? And if they were sending a Snapchat, you know, that could have caused the accident, you know. Because I'm a believer, guys, that if somebody is involved in an accident where it's truly not their fault, they shouldn't be charged. Okay? But if they did things that created a crime, you know, that were direct causes to a crime, like under the influence or driving crazy intentionally, you know, racing or, you know, whatever, or if they were purposely being distracted because they were on their phone. So the question is, would this have not have happened if the kid wasn't on the phone, supposedly sending the Snapchat to Avery? Okay, but there's more speculation about this incident. That, you know, what if the kid really wasn't coming from the casino? What if the kid was actually coming from the party house? Oh, right here. Was this kid actually at the party and left the party, headed north, and hit something they thought was a pig, and it was actually Noah? Now, that's just speculation. But, you know, is it to avoid liability because the kid had too much to drink? I mean, guys, it was a birthday party where everyone was drinking. You know? So, why wouldn't this kid be drunk? Or at least buzzed? I mean, we all know about the 15-year-old kid that was there, and she was buzzed. You know? She was feeling the effects of it. So, I think that everyone at that party was drinking, you know. So, was the kid really at the casino? Is there video from the casino that proves this kid was at the casino? Is there video along the way through Terrell, gas stations or whatever other businesses, that shows this kid left the casino, drove through Terrell, and then continued north? Okay? Or was this kid at the party? You know, we'll never know. But it needs to be looked at. Okay? Police ruled this confession out pretty quickly. Okay? But in my opinion, it should have taken a lot more time to investigate this lead. Okay? To find out if Noah's death was caused by a kid just driving home and thinking they hit a pig. Okay? There's a lot of things that could have been done. Geofencing could have been done to show the location. You know, to see if he really started here and went here. You know, cell phone pings. You know, you need to do interviews with the kid. You know, to just say, hey, tell me what your route was. You know, what time did you leave the casino? Which route did you drive? And then when you got to this area down here where you hit something, okay, about how tall was the thing that you hit? Or did you even see it at all? Were you distracted by your phone and you didn't even see it? Okay. If you did see it, when you hit it, which side of your vehicle did you hit it on? Left side of the vehicle, right side, or was it in the center? And then when you hit it, which way did it go? Did it fly off to the right, fly off to the left, or did it just immediately seem like you just hit it and it slammed straight down to the ground? You know, there's a lot of stuff that could have been done in this investigation, guys, and it would have took more than a few days. It would have took more than a week. It probably would have took months, because then you got to do the accident reconstruction. Okay, because also at that time, I don't think they had they didn't have the autopsy yet. This is right around the same week that the accident with Noah happened, that this kid confessed, is what I'm being told. If it's different from that, guys, then please correct me in the comments. But that's what I was told, is that this kid went to police and made this confession pretty quickly. Okay, once this situation happened with Noah. Okay, so you don't have the autopsy then, okay, but you have it now. Okay, but the things that they did have, or they should have had at that point, even if they didn't have the autopsy, is they should have had pictures of the crime scene, pictures of Noah's body. Okay, then you can do accident reconstruction to try to line up this kid's vehicle and see if that vehicle could have made the damages to Noah's body. Okay, like I say, it's a very in-depth investigation, and it should have took many months to rule this kid out. Okay, but for some reason he was ruled out very quickly. Okay, and so that leads me to this, guys. What are some reasons why law enforcement might not charge someone who confesses to a crime? Okay, now not all of these reasons apply to this case, but we'll just go through the ones that do. Okay, so you may have insufficient evidence at the time. So even if a person confesses, the confession alone may not be enough to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt in court. Law enforcement needs additional evidence to support the charges. And that's what I'm saying, is to get that evidence, you have to investigate. Okay? So the question is, why didn't they do a long, drawn-out, in-depth investigation into this kid's confession? There has to be a reason, guys. Has to be a reason. I mean, it could be done today. A new investigator could come in and do the investigation right now. Okay? Or it could be a coerced or false confession. If the confession is obtained through coercion, intimidation, or other improper means, it may be deemed inadmissible in court. Additionally, people sometimes make false confessions due to mental health issues, a desire to protect someone else, or other reasons. So now you gotta look at this. Was this a false confession or a coerced confession? Did someone make this kid do this? Or did this kid feel compelled to make this confession to help cover up for someone else? You know, it's just, there's a lot of questions, surrounding this confession. Was it coerced? I don't think so. I don't think that the kid's coming forward crying and adamant that they hit Noah thinking it was a pig, because no pig was found, guys. That's the thing. Okay, there's rumors, there are several rumors that this confession happened very quickly, okay, and that they were out there before 5:15 a.m. with some type of police looking to see if there was a pig out there. Okay, I don't know if that's true. It may not be true, because there's another rumor that the kid didn't confess till like 2 p.m. that day. Okay. There's other rumors that it could have been a few days later that he confessed. Who knows? But the thing is law enforcement hasn't been transparent with the public about this, and I don't know how this. Well, actually, yes, we do. Well, I mean, I don't know how it got out there initially, but I mean, we know how it got out there now. It's because this kid from the party went to Ken Maines with this, with this pig theory. But I heard about it 2 or 3 months ago, and I'm sure that others heard about it, even longer ago, probably since day one, a year ago. So how did it get out? Because you can look on Google right now. You're not going to find any articles about this anywhere. So that means law enforcement hasn't talked about it to news stations or anybody. There's no videos. There's no police reports or incident reports. There's nothing. So how did this pig story get out? Okay. So lack of jurisdiction, statute of limitations, and plea bargain. None of that pertains to this confession, but this last one does. Insufficient public interest. In certain cases, the potential harm to the defendant or the public may outweigh the benefits of prosecution. For example, if the crime was a minor offense and the defendant has no prior criminal record, law enforcement may decide not to pursue charges. So, this is not a minor incident. This is a major incident where someone died. But, was it an accident? Okay. If it wasn't this kid driving down the highway at that point in time, if it was another kid, or if it was a house mom, or if it was a truck driver, or if it was just someone else, just driving to wherever, they could have possibly hit Noah also. Anybody could have hit him. So, I'm going to categorize this that it's an accident, guys. So, I don't think the kid should be charged. Okay, he came forward, he did the right thing, he told law enforcement what happened. But the question is, why doesn't law enforcement believe it? I mean, I don't know, guys. This is a head scratcher. Because to me, the case is solved. And it's been solved for a year. This kid confessed that he absolutely positively hit something on that highway right there around that spot, a mile down the road, and he thought it was a pig. Okay? But for some reason, this confession has not been accepted. It has not been believed, and the case is still unsolved. So, I don't know, guys. I'm at a loss for words. It seems like this whole year of everyone investigating all these different suspects and all these lives that were ruined and false accusations and people being stalked, and taking pictures of their cars and their license plates and spreading them with crackheads and criminals, and it's just I don't understand, all the intimidation and the threats and the fighting that's been going on for a year, and banning people from the island, kicking them off the island for not believing the narrative, movie producers that want Netflix deals, and and you got all these GoFundMes that raised thousands and thousands of dollars, okay, to hire PIs, and then you have another crazy PI and her partner that is just ruining people's lives by illegal investigation tactics and intimidation tactics and abusing their power to harass people who have nothing to do with the case. I mean, it's like this, everything that's happened this year was all for nothing. Because this case has been solved from day one. This was an accident. But no matter how many professionals and experts and members of law enforcement or ex-members of law enforcement that have come into this case and looked at the facts and the autopsy and where it happened and the circumstances of where it happened, and they've all concluded that this had to be a hit and run or some type of accident with a vehicle. Okay? That's happened over and over, guys. But nobody wants to believe it. The family doesn't want to believe it. You know, the community. I mean, these are all people who weren't there. They saw nothing. And they want to turn this into a murder charge. I mean, I don't get it. You know? It's bizarre, guys. I mean, you take your car to a mechanic and it has certain things wrong with it, okay? And a mechanic can tell you just by the things that are wrong with it, you know, like the symptoms and the sounds you're hearing or what it's doing when you drive it, or, you know, all this stuff. There's ingredients that go into coming up with what's wrong with the car, okay? It's the same way when you go to the doctor. You go to the doctor and tell them, you know, this and that's going on, you know, what's wrong with me? And usually they can tell you exactly what's wrong with you, okay? Just because of the symptoms you're having. And they can rule certain things out, and diagnose you with other things, okay? You may be thinking that you have cancer, okay? And the doctor tells you, no, it's just something else. You know, it's something that's totally curable. You have nothing to worry about, you know, because they are the experts, okay? But when the experts come into this case and give their expert opinion, it's just not accepted. And I don't understand it, guys. But anyway, I'm going to move on, okay? Because I think this case is solved. I think all we need now is just for law enforcement to do the right thing and admit that it's solved, okay? We have a confession, okay? And if that's not what happened, then all of the proper steps and the hard work and the time needs to be spent on proving that this kid did not hit him. But at this point, that hasn't been done. Okay? So, that's all I have for today, guys. Until the next video, y'all take care. And remember, this is the podcast that they don't want you to watch.